did them for the longest time in the morning. Now we are doing the live trading sessions for the Learn and Earn group. So me and Brian are actually trading live for the New York session. That's the session that we're trading now. And obviously, if we're just going through analysis, we're missing trades that we're trying to take. So we just completely moved the session. It'll be on Wednesdays from now on at 8 p.m. We'll still cover analysis if you guys want. I could do kind of like full chart breakdowns for you guys. It's just a webinar, so really it's educational. And again, it's really for whatever that you guys want to cover. So Tommy's about to join in 1 second. We currently do have that sale going on. I know a couple of you already got in. There is at this point like 2 spots left. But let's see. Let's get a few questions going to open the session. Post in the chat what you guys are currently working on. You know what I mean? Anything you guys are struggling with. If you're looking at any pairs for today, I'll cover whatever you guys want. So I'm gonna wait once we get some questions in the chat, then we can get it kind of kicked off. Studying psychology, GJ, looking at major pairs. Yeah, Darren, you're gonna have to transition completely to the new strategy that we're doing. Inside of the course, let me see. Because just to be honest, like the frustration that you're having right now and those issues with psychology, it really just comes down to the strategy that you're trading. The strategy that you're trading just isn't giving you enough confidence right now, to be honest. It's not giving you enough confidence right now, so you're struggling to even get in on the market. This goes for anyone. It's going to be really frustrating if you don't really believe that you have an edge. If you've gone through, collected data, back tested, collected all this information, um, then you try to execute trades and it's not working. You know what I mean? The strategy you're using is either outdated, it's not effective, you're not executing it based on some sort of psychological or emotional thing, with yourself. And the what Forex League has always taught has been pretty much swing trading. We've always taught swing trading. The course is really around swing trading, TA, going from the time frame, breaking it down to the lower time frames, and getting it on entries in the lower time frames, but mainly just swing trade. Trading on the 4 hour, the daily. What I found personally, I know swing traders who are still very, very successful. I talked to one today; he's crushing it. For me personally, though, the swing trading didn't remain as effective with the way that the last year the conditions have changed, and I elected to, or not elected, basically, I met someone who was trading a different way, um, essentially trading using institutionalized levels, um, or institutionalized tools, I should say. He worked in Barclays Bank for like 15 years. Um, he gave me, his program. I'm always learning, guys, always learning, even myself, always open to new opportunity. I went through his program with one of the other members, Brian, and it was really profound. It was really effective. I completely switched from using TA to using this style. Not saying TA, nothing's wrong with TA, but I completely switched to this new style. And for me, it has been really positive. I'm really an advocate for it. We're starting to create material around it. Yeah, the material is released inside of the course. So I have in here started to build out the new section for it. We're going to continue to add videos for it, but for now we've got this setup and back testing. So in this one, we set all the tools up, give a complete overview, how to use everything, And then I go through and we just start back testing. Me and Brian have already logged tens of hours of back testing on it. There's another session we did with UCAD here, again, going over how to mark everything up. And then what I'm going to start to build out, which is going to be really important for all you guys, is just a public Trello, Trello board. And you guys can come in here and see all the trades that I've done from back testing. What's going on, Tommy? Let me get you unmuted. So you'll be able to see all the trades that I've done from back testing. Let me see if I can get you to put video on too. Here you go. There you go, dude.
What's going on?
What is up? Another match. So
what's this?
Yeah, I'm starting to put together this like new section in the course for the way that I'm trading now. And I just put together this Trello board where me and Brian are doing all the back testing for it, and I'm just putting in here all the screenshots, all the before and after shots for every single trade that we're getting in on, through the tests, and these are all in the videos as well inside the course. So once you learn the basics on how to actually utilize it, all of these entries, everything will make sense to you. You'll realize why we're taking them, why we're taking profit where we are, everything like that. So yeah, we're gonna start to build that out. I'll also try to get our live trades. Like we had a few live trades today that I could go ahead and add on here. Brian literally freaking was murking GU. He took a long here and cashed out around 1%, right? Literally like right here. And then we took another long right here, cashed out. We cashed out 1% here. This thing actually ran like crazy, obviously. But we had closed because we just had our targets. And then we had another position on, this one's the one that we call it actually on the freaking on the call. Let me see where it was. Was it USEF, UCAD? I believe it was this one. Oh yeah, it was this. So this is the one we called on the call today. This was at 10 a.m. We shorted it right here. It hit our TP right there. We got about 1% out of it. This was like the actual trade. Stops were like here. We put on around half, ended up getting around 1% down here. We scaled in actually after this candle, and then we closed around down here. So this was a trade that was given on the Learn and Earn today. So yeah, guys, it's definitely working out well for the people inside of the program. This is going to be all the new educational material coming out. But for the swing trading and the intraday trading, Tommy is still putting out all of the daily breakdowns, you know what I mean, in the Learn and Earn group for the swing and intraday trading. And so is Sumi's also given trades that are sort of like that as well. So we're also going to be giving that because I know people are interested in multiple styles. We have Chris, who's also doing different style. He does scalping. So yeah, little bit of everything for everyone here. We got, hey man, are you guys going to break down the strategy for the members? Yeah, J Max, it's in. I was just going over. It's actually inside of the course already. It's in here, set up and back testing. So we go through, set everything up, and then go through an entire back test. We go through like a month worth of shit, and then there's another test here, and then I'm gonna start, like I just said, putting all my screenshots in there. So check the Discord. I posted in the members chat the links, and then we got Jack. Currently backtesting course strategy going well so far. Would like to hear how you worked trading and analysis into your schedule when working full time. Yeah, so that really just all depends. Like, what's your job, Jack? Like when I was working in IT, so I was always on the computer, you know what I mean? So it was a little bit different because I was swing trading and I would only really check at the half hour on the hour uh, for entries. I wasn't trading the New York session. Like Brian right now, who trades the New York with me, he still does work. Luckily, he actually works more in the afternoon, like in the late morning is when he starts to have meetings. So we trade in New York, and then he like goes off to work. So it really just all depends on your on your job. Really just all depends on your job. If you're working construction, I mean, fuck, it's gonna be hard to be fucking trading if you're out there fucking, you know what I mean, blue collar, can't look at your phone and shit. What are you gonna take trades in your fucking brain or some shit? You know what I mean? Like, it's gonna be difficult. It's gonna be difficult to put trades on. So it really just depends. Working banking and backtesting swinging, working from home has definitely helped. Yeah, working from home definitely makes a big difference. Helps a lot of people, just kind of do whatever the fuck you want. Realistically,
good way you can do it, which I always do, is once you've marked up your zones, you can use the alert on TradingView.
yeah, that's a
yeah.
good
So go to if you guys go to your TradingView, you can actually set an alert, and what it does, it literally sends you that alert straight to your phone. And I just put, like, let's say I'm looking to enter Australian dollar, US dollar shorts at a current price. With I'll write in on that message, stop loss, take profit, looking to short, and it'll literally send you your exact idea. Stop loss, take profit. That's how I do it. It's pretty easy. So let me show you an example.
Yeah, definitely take advantage of the alerts.
Yeah, I never knew that it sent it straight to your phone. But, where's it at? Yeah, look, I don't think you guys can see that. It just sends it straight to your email, and I just write the take profit, stop loss, and chances are I'll enter it off of that.
Bro, I don't know. I think I just lost my fucking phone. Yeah, I've used the alerts before. TradingView's new app is actually pretty solid. They like updated it. Like, it was trash, dude. Like around a year ago, so bad. Prices. Let's see. Yes, we can get started. Thanks, got good ideas. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, you want to hop on and just rip through a few charts, then I'll do some.
Yes, sir.
Let's see. I got you. Did you rocking the fade out here?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I actually got a haircut today. Feels good, man.
Let me get rid of this.
This guy's got like the short of the ages lined up.
I have. I'm already in. It's like 7 pips, but it's so risky. I'm not calling this out. It's so risky.
Yeah. That's great.
Yeah, so I'm just going off this this is more like a rally relief. So we've had that huge push up. I'm just looking at trading back into that zone. So that's literally what I'm waiting on. It's like 7 pips in profit. You could probably, if you're looking at this and you think I'm going to jump in, you need to know this is like super risky, super risky. So yeah, so what I'm going to do though, I will scale in some positions if we break and retest this level. So we got like support. If we break retest, I may look to add another position. I've got like 0.25 on this just because this is like you're asking to be taken out. But you can see resistance, huge push up, no pullback. We've literally had no pullback. 1, 2, 3. We've had a load of candles, no pullback. So I'm just looking to see if I can catch this, even if it goes, let's say 20 pips. It's still 1 to 1.5. So I'm happy with that. So I've actually taken a load of pairs off the watch list. It's just too much, way too much. I keep missing trades. Last call we did, was it last Wednesday or the Wednesday before?
Yeah, last Wednesday.
Yeah, so remember I broke down EU and I basically said that we were waiting for longs at a retest of remove this zone. So I had this zone here. So I had the alert set like here, here. So I was waiting for this trade to set up, fully retest these highs, and then a nice long position. We had the TP1, TP2, TP3, TP4. You can see 150 pips pushed up since then. It's so gutting. I was looking to take a long here. I just weren't feeling that kind of area. So what I'm simply going to do now is if we pull back into this zone, I'll look to take the long back into that level. So I'll probably set the alert there. And again, look, this is an example of how I do it. So you can basically, let's say you grab your long position, you're looking to take a long, you want your stop loss under this level. So you just type it out, guys. You know, you got your stop loss SL at 1.20490, and then you'll have TP at, let's say, 1.22192. And then what it literally does, it'll send you the email with your stop loss, you take profit. If it pulls back in that zone, you gotta have time to check your phone at least. So if you can see that on on your MT4, MT5 that it's in that zone, you get your indication for a long. You got your stop loss, you take profit. It's all lined up there for you, and you can look to take the trade based off that. So that's literally how I'll do it. In terms of like trades, I haven't taken a single trade except from this CAD JPY all week. I've just been like super flat. That's around about 8 pips in profit. Really flat. I've taken loads of pairs off the watch list. I was trying to watch a bit too many pairs. I think I had 40 pairs on there. I've just taken them all off. So let's start with the dollar index. So I honestly thought that we were going to push up from here. I thought we were going to come and break this level and then continue up. We've just completely dropped. So the next zone I'm probably looking at to take this to, or for the dollar index to kind of go to, is probably this level. If we look like to the left, we got this range here. You can see the market pushed up. Chances are we'll probably come and fill that level. If we fill that level, that's like 89.83. That's a very weak dollar. So it'd be interesting to see if we do break this trend line, let's say. So I thought that we were going to really continue after breaking kind of that trend line. We didn't. We dropped lower. So it's going to be interesting to see where we kind of lie or where we go after this. So if this continues down, then obviously gold is going to continue up. So have you been looking at gold lately? Or have you kind of stopped trading there?
No, I actually haven't been looking at gold. I'll leave that to the master.
Yeah. So where I've been looking at gold lately, I was looking at it more of okay, we rejected this level. Maybe we're gonna continue back to say this little level here. So bearish candle before the push up. So I was expecting like 1733. Looking at it now, so I've just drawn this trend line in literally like 15 minutes ago. Resistance, fake out, resistance, break, this was the retest today, and now we're going to probably continue up. So it's going to be crazy to see where gold goes, because we were in that kind of long-term flag pattern. We've now probably broken out, unless this is some sort of fake out again like we had here. We're probably going to go a lot further. So looking at gold for our time frame, this would have been a really nice long position there. That would have been a really nice kind of long position from, let's say, this level. TP1, 320 pips, TP4, TP2. So in terms of the trade, it's going to be hard to kind of trade this, in my opinion now. What we could potentially look for is this level.
Bro, I just was at this restaurant and I lost my phone there.
What? Your phone's there?
My phone's there. Like I have a second phone, and then I just did the Find My iPhone and I put the lost mode on, and you could like put your number on. Like it says like call this number, and then I just started playing the sound over and over again. And these guys called me, and they're like, "Yeah, we have your phone. Like I'm getting it."
Fuck.
Yeah. I'm gonna go after the call.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Shit, dude.
Yeah, man. Fucking out.
So looking at gold, this is probably how I'll take a trade on gold. So we have to the left, nice clean candles. So a nice range up into this level. So what you could look to do is if you have a break and a retest. So if we have a nice break, retest these highs as as support, you will look for that kind of long position into that level. So it'd probably be something like that. That's around 125 pips. So that's what I'm literally waiting for. So a full break, retest, and then we'll look for that continuation. So the alert will be set there. Looking to the left, we got a nice clean range, which is here. So we'll look to fill that level. That's a 1 to 3. If you were to get on a smaller stop loss, you could probably get to a 1 to 5. So that's where I'm looking on gold. The alert is set. If we break and retest, look for that nice long position to the upside. And a trade that I'm looking at is also CAD Chiff. So resistance, 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 break. We could be retesting this level. Good couple of candles of rejection. You could potentially look to take a long position from like this level here. Stop loss below, so 19 pips. And then look to target this level here. Safer option, so this is what I'll probably wait for, is a break of this level here. So we have resistance. If we break this level, look at the nice clean range to the left, which is this area. So let's see what that's looking like. So potentially, to be really risky, you could probably push like a 1 to 10. I'll probably go for that like 1 to 5. So really, really simple setup. Break this level, retest, continuation. Always looking to the left. Nice clean level for us to trade back into this area for around 115 pips. Potentially, if we break this level, continue high, you could even push like 200 pips. Let's take a look. JP board. So have you noticed that like literally most of the pairs has just been arranged for so long? Like
Dude, it's bad.
so long. Like all JPY, 68 days stuck in this zone. And you're just being getting like chopped around big time. So this month has been the worst month I've had in trading. 100%. In terms of like no trades or break even or stop outs, worst kind of month I've had. So it's going to be really, really patient. NZD USD, we're pulling into this resistance level. So you can see that nice down from this area. What could we expect next? So we could either have a pullback into this zone, continue back into this level. So you could trade it both ways. Or if not, a break, a retest, continuation. Looking to the left, do we have clean range? We do. Now let's take a look at the long position. Let me move my head. So we can see, looking to the left, nice clean range. So that's 150 pips, a 1 to 5. So good kind of risk reward. So what we'll probably end up doing is this will probably pull into this level, pull back, push up, pull back. And then what we'll simply look to kind of trade is one of the pullbacks. And then we'll look to take that long position. Again, this could take until next week to set up. So I'll literally be waiting probably for a good trade. I'll probably be waiting all this week and going into next week for that trade. So CAD JPY already kind of broke that down. If we take a look at kind of what we broke out of, we were in this kind of downwards channel. Not very pretty. In that downwards channel, I was expecting a push up into this level and a retest. We did not have that retest within this area. So all I'm simply looking to do now is trying to get that kind of relief pullback. So we've had a huge rally up. We should have some sort of pullback back, whether it's to this high, these highs, or even back to the level of the level of interest. You can see, looking at this, you got a 1 to 5, 1 to 8, and then this overall, if this hits the take profit, this is going to be a 1 to 13 risk reward. Again, it's really, really risky. Let's go to the 30-minute time frame. So you can see my entry is like there. Let's take a look. So it's about 6 pips in profit. I'm not going to be mad if this hits stop loss, because this is a kind of a stupid trade to take anyway. What I'd like to see is if we break this level, retest this area, reject it, and then I'll look to probably add another position in. Then we know then that we've broken this little support level. We've had the retest, this becomes resistance, and then we look for that trade to the downside, and then you could have your stop loss above these highs here for around 20 pips. So again, even if this does push into that kind of zone that we're looking for, resistance, no retest as support before that push up, this is still a 1 to 7 risk reward. So again, if you look at risk reward, which you could, really nice risk reward in terms of pips. If you're just tracking the pips, You can kind of see that that's still 173 pips. I think that's pretty much it. So CAD shift, waiting on CAD shift. GBP NZD. So let me break this down. So GBP NZD. So I've started to add in. So really trying to master this whole like liquidity zones and look into get in after the most the retail traders are taken out. So this is one that I've started to kind of do. I've been focusing on GBP NZD just for this week. So support, huge push up. Again, everyone buys at this level, pushes up, comes back to this level. What's everyone going to do now? They're probably going to start to buy at this level, and chances are stop loss will be hit. So this LV zone, this is where all the stop losses are. So everyone's nan, uncle, brother, they're all trying to go long at this level here with this stop loss somewhere within this zone, because they think, okay, well, it's probably going to bounce because the last time it hit this level, it bounced higher. It's come back to this level. What they're going to try and do, they're going to try and take a long position back to the upside. So what I'm simply going to do is I'm either going to go long after literally a touch of this zone, and then I'll look for that continuation back up. Or what I'll simply do is wait for a break below, stop loss to be hit, break, retest, continuation back to the upside. So that's what I'm added into my trading is looking for these kind of liquidity zones where you're going to see a lot of stop losses. There's going to be hella stop losses within that zone. And all we simply got to do is wait for that kind of stop loss hunt, liquidity grab, break, retest, continuation to the upside. So that's how I'm going to really start to plan out some trades. You can see we do have this nice little level here where we did push up from this area. So that's where I'll be waiting to kind of take the trade is at this level. Stop loss is probably going to go for about 19 pips. Take profit somewhere at this level. So that's a 1 to 18 risk reward. Risking about 20 pips, again, about 350, 360 pips. I do believe once we hit this level, we could see a nice push to the upside. So that's what I'm looking at. And that's pretty much it. Same sort of thing with GBP CAD. Support, came into this level. If we have a nice break below this level, break back above, retest, then I'll look for that continuation to the upside. That'll be a pretty big move too. So long position, take profits, about 400 pips, stop loss. Let's take a look. So yeah, nice little drop, retest, back into that level. That's about 400 pips. So that's a 1 to 14 risk reward. I'll look to see if that kind of happens. If we do break below, which I'll probably move the alert.
Now, how much are you putting on, like, risk wise, like for the account and stuff on these types of trades?
Well, on these trades,
Yeah.
0.5%, 0.25%. When you're looking at like a 1 to 20, 1 to 14, you don't need a huge, crazy amount. So for this trade, if we break, so what I'm literally waiting for is a push into this level, wait for it to pull back, retest. I'm going to have a really, really small stop loss. So if I can get in on like 11 pip stop loss, that's like a 1 to 35 risk reward. So, even if you go 0.5% on that, that's like what, 17 units of gain, which is just stupid crazy. Stupid. Another trade that we could potentially look to kind of take is Euro NZD. So similar sort of thing. Everyone's gone long here. They're going long here. Long. What's probably going to happen now is people are going long again. So we could see some sort of, break into this level. Then we need to know, okay, well, is it a break, a retest, and then a continuation back into that zone? Or is it a liquidity grab? So we take all the stop losses out. If you have the break back above with the retest, then I look for that long position back to the upside. So for longs, let's take a look. So you can kind of see a 1 to 14 and then a 1 to 25 risk reward. Again, same sort of thing. If we have the break and retest lower, we are looking at around a 1 to 6. So either way, at the moment, this kind of goes. It's been bouncing, failing to kind of break higher. I'm just waiting to see if we break, retest, continue, or if we have that break below, price breaks back above, we'll look for that trade and we'll look to go long. In terms of trades, that's pretty much it. GBP/USD, real risky kind of sell. GBP/USD is a pretty good one as well. So if we break above this zone and we have that retest, we do have a very nice clean range to the left. You can see, look at these candles back into that zone. If we measure the zone, what's that, 170 pips? So we got it. Things are setting up, but if you're taking a look at kind of how the markets have been moving, let's say since February 26, we've been stuck within that zone. So we've been stuck within this level for about 60 days. If we take a look at last year, where, you know, trend traders, people who were trading the trend, we could see we had these nice clean trends going back last year. And now it's just very, very sideways. So it's going to be interesting to see how probably the next month plays out. So if we start breaking this level, we have a retest, we could look for the long. So it's going to be good kind of looking for these trades. Probably going into next week because it's just so slow. We found this week really, really slow.
Yeah, I mean, it's just everything, like you said, is consolidating.
Yeah, it's just so bad, like so bad. This is probably like the worst. This hands down worst month I've ever had.
Yeah, this month has been tough.
Let's see if there's any more trades.
Yeah, I'll hop on. I'll hop on. If anyone's got any questions, you know what I mean, put in the chat, and we can cover them. And they'll do a little Q&A too. I'm gonna hop on in a second here. Let me see.
So one trade I'm looking to take also is this USD JPY daily time frame. Let's go. So
UJ.
yeah, look at that. Remember I said that we were gonna. I said I think it was the last call. We were waiting for that push up, retest, then that continuation. Look at that daily trend line. 1, 2, loads of touches at that level. Came into that zone. That's where I was really looking to take the long. I did not take it. Look at the 4 hour now. So let's just take a look at. So we push down, we pull back, we push down, we pull back, push down. Choppy. You can just see we're clearly trending down. We broke all of these highs. Now we're waiting for that retest for that push to the upside. So this trade, if we can get a nice kind of entry on this, where I'm waiting for this to come and test this candle here. So stop loss will probably go for around 16 pips. Take profit. So TP1 is a 1 to 5, TP2 1 to 10, TP3 1 to 15, and then the final take profit is a 1 to 23 risk reward. So again, really, really nice trade. We're just waiting for that kind of pull back into that zone, and then we'll look to take that long position. So yeah, so I'm waiting on that trade as well. That's going to be a really nice one. So what I'll probably do is set the alert at this level. So if you pull back into this zone, I'll probably take the long position. You know, we've broken out of this trend line. You can see we've broken these highs. We're pushing up, waiting for this support to be formed here before we continue up. So that's going to be a really nice trade. You know, if we can catch a 1 to 23, we're going to be laughing. Absolutely laughing. Can you analyze old CAD? I got in for a buy. Old CAD. Where's old CAD? Did I take old CAD off?
Old CAD, baby. How do you feel about USD after FOMC? USD tanked. USD shit the bed today, realistically.
Big time. So it would have been nice to get in a long position from this level. I know it's easy to say, well, yeah, you can say that afterwards, but we did pull back to this zone here. So you can see we had this. This is the last kind of bearish candle before this nice move up. Price pulls back, taps that level, continues up. Which let's say that you looking at jumping in here. Stop loss could have been below this level, so 19 pips. You know, you're pushing at least a 1 to say 3. 1 to 6, back into that level, 1 to 10. That would be a nice trade. What you could do if you're in a long, say you're long from this level, lock your stop loss. All depends what it's going to do now. If you're taking a look at the market, pushes up, pulls back, pushes up, pulls back, fails to break this level, pushes down, retest this level, pushes down, comes back to kind of retest this level, so double top, continues lower. you could see some sort of retest within this level before a continuation back into that zone. So it's going to be interesting to see how that does play out. And again, if you break above retest, you could look to trade it into that zone. But again, it's shitty markets, really shitty. How do you feel about? I got in it buy. Yeah, so if you're in that buy, I just be careful. Just be careful. Definitely, if you're holding it through Asian, you're not washing. You're not looking at the trade. If I take any trades through the Asian session, I lock the stop as soon as possible.
Yes, sir. All right, I'm gonna hop on. Let me see. I'm gonna just do a few breakdowns for you guys, just some clean charts here. Go from the top. We'll just review doing some structure. And if you guys have any other questions, just post up in the chat and we'll answer them for you guys. Let's see. I'm not gonna touch on much on the new strategy on here because it's like pretty complex to just cover in here. We're just gonna stick to the basics. So I'll hop on UCAD, which is always one of the nicer pairs to look at. Let's see. Appreciate your work. Yeah, no problem. No problemo, bro. Let's see. Monthly. All right, so we clearly have mad shit going on. Yeah, UCAD's definitely a good pair. So just starting from the monthly time frame, as we can see, structure currently, very bearish. Bearish as fuck. Keep it simple, guys. Don't overcomplicate things. Like trend, clearly bearish. So sentiment on the monthly, bearish. What is this candle doing? Pushing down. Pushing down. So candle is very bearish this month. So that is our sentiment. Now coming down to the weekly, again, keep it very simple. Look at the overall trend. We had this support level right here, which was broken, pushed down, came back, never managed to retest, but formed that next lower high, broke the support right here, retest this level. This is a great area. This area has liquidity. What does that mean? It means that the market formed a lower low at this point or a structure point. So that means there's a ton of sellers or buyers sitting at this level. In this case, buyers. Then it flipped because the support broke, sellers. So see how it rejected there, came back up, rejected here again, finally broke the support, broke this minor level, retested it. This is an ideal area to be entering. Ended up breaking this level, never retested. This just formed another low, and then look what happened. Support level formed, broke, retested as resistance. Support level formed, broke, retested as resistance. Support formed, broke, retested as resistance. And we were going over this all last week. This UCAD short, in the actual analysis that me and Nick drew. This is just bearish all the way down. Now let's go down to like the daily time frame. Then how do you start to attack, all of these levels? If I come up to the weekly and we just mark down all of these little levels that we're talking about that are just breaks, very clear breaks and retests. Get that. We had this. Let me just bring this over. It's not as relevant over there. And then if we come down to the daily time frame, now we start to shift around. Like what's going on this time frame, starting all the way to the left. We could even start to move these a bit, but all the way to the left here, bring this on. It's very clearly a downtrend. Forming a low, lower high. Let me just take these off for now, just so you guys can see. Trend, clearly a downtrend. Don't overcomplicate this. Clearly a downtrend, right? Like anyone with half a freaking brain can map this out. If you want to bring on trend lines, whatever. I personally don't use trend lines because they're very subjective. I could put a trend line here. I could put a trend line here, put a trend line down here. we get it. The trend is bearish. Normally, drawing trend lines is wick to wick. Again, to me, they become very subjective. I'd rather just kind of look at structure points, knowing that this is a downtrend. Where are the areas that we're trying to really enter at? They're always going to be up here. They're always going to be at these lower high points, not at the lows, always at the lower high points. And we go over this in the course, when we're looking to trade kind of this way. If we're looking at, say, this area, say we bring on our fibs right here, we're just trying to put together multiple confirmations. We bring on our fibs, all of a sudden we've got 38.2 was hit, bearish engulfing was hit, so we've got two confirmations there. And then if we come down to a lower time frame, come down to like the 1 hour in this whole entire situation, I'm going to take this off. Now looking at the 1 hour time frame, we have an uptrend, price pushed all the way up, pulled back, made this higher low, pushed up, pulled back, made this higher low, pushed up, and then we have the break. Really starts up here. You could get in as early as up here, but like say you highlighted, and this is what I like to do. I'll like if you're struggling with like time frame correlation, like how to bump between time frames, what you could always do is just highlight a candle variation. There's the bearish engulfing. So you wouldn't even be getting down to the lower time frame until after you see this. I'm just going to move this over until after you see this. And then, like we just said, had this push up, pull back, push up, pull back, push up. This is a level of support. This is a level of support. So ultimately, once these two levels break, then I'm looking to enter. So we have this level, and this is like one of the homeworks inside the course. This is something I used to do all the time to just build confidence, just break down structure down to the lower time frame, look and see where is the best possible entries. And as we can see here, once price broke this area, we're always trying to enter on the pullbacks. Not saying this is the best entry in the world, but this is a pullback to retest resistance. Then we push down. This is a good area to enter right here. This is a nice area to enter. We have a nice pullback, have the bearish engulfing, the put stops, 18 pips, ended up moving down about 30 pips. That's like kind of the first entry. And then we have this one come up, which this starts to get pretty sloppy. We break the resistance, but we just retest the support level, retest the support, rejects it. Okay. Could then wait, have all these wicks right here, enter on again, little break of structure on the lower time frame right here. So really what I'm trying to get at, guys, is once you have this higher time frame confirmation, daily bearish engulfing, you should be on the 1 hour time frame, and you should be saying the trend has shifted from an uptrend to a downtrend, and then I should start to be looking for sells at every single lower high point. So you've got this area up here where price pulls back to. You have this little entry right here. You could have even got in on these little wicks. This would have been a much smaller move. Then you have like this pullback right here. And then you have when the market is just trending like this, where it's just moving lower and lower, then you just start to have these levels. All of these little levels that you could enter trades on. Because what we like to say in the live sessions is like once the trend is bearish on the daily, on the weekly, on the 4 hour, the 1 hour, you should be on these lower time frames looking for entries. If there's nothing else to be doing besides trying to enter, he's trying to get it on entry. So as you can see, I had that marked. We had a break of this, retest, enter, right at this retest right here. Break of this, retest, entry. Break of this, doesn't pull back, no entry. Didn't get an entry. And then even down here, this one, see if it even plays out, comes back, and it gaps down, pushes down. So we're always just trying to get in on these breaks. Obviously, like before the weekend, I'm never taking a trade. What about entering? That's always a good confirmation for a downtrend. Please share the essential tools, website, apps, software, equipment to get started on this investment journey. Thank you, guys. I mean, all you guys really need is TradingView and MT4. That's all you need. So you need a broker, you need TradingView, you need MT4. You really don't need TradingView. You could just trade on MT4. But for analysis, it's better to be on TradingView. What's the setting on your VWAP band indicator? If you're in the signals or the learn and earn group, or you're in the course, we set up the entire thing. It's a lot to set up, to be honest. It takes like about 10 minutes just to set it up. So there's a lot in there. I'm not going to cover it right now. I'm holding my mouse go. So yeah, let's go ahead and go through another little hypothetical example here on UCAD. I'm going to cover one more and then we'll get back to the live market. So we've got this right here. So this is our previous lower high. We'll fib to our new low. Let's just delete all this. We had that pullback, this 61.8 area. And then look what we also have here, guys. We have, this is a resistance level that holds. I'm going to take this and I'm just going to do this. So let's take a look. Price comes up, retesting the resistance, bearish engulfing, bearish engulfing, bearish engulfing. 3 in a row. Coming down to is the 1 hour. And if we want, again, if you're struggling with going from time frame to time frame, just highlight everything. Highlight it and then bump down time frames and see if these candles break any sort of structure that makes sense, that looks like it makes sense. So coming down to the 1 hour, looking at all of this, we had this was bullish, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, pushed up, made this higher low, pushed up, made this higher low, break. Break right here. And I want to just look at one thing because this is not perfect. This doesn't play out perfectly every time. This broke right here, pulled back, and we actually got a nice sign for the entry. I think this is right before the weekend, so I wouldn't have got in on this. Yeah, this is right before the weekend, so this isn't the best entry, but say hypothetically it wasn't. Yeah, this will be available. Say hypothetically this wasn't right here, and you entered double top, long ass wick. Hold on 1 second, actually. My phone's out here getting calls from my own damn phone. All right. So guys, I could have, potentially entered here. To me, let's take this off. To me, this could be an okay entry. Double top, retest the resistance. I'd be getting in on this and I'd be like, oh, this is great. Target the low first, target this next lower low as target number 2. And then what happens? Trade goes into profit, goes up, 23 pips, great. And then boom, comes back. Boom, starts coming back. Stop loss. Things happen. Things happen. That was a nice break, retest. Would have lost that one. Then you come back. Maybe you get back up to the higher time frame. You say, okay, higher time frame. We just had a break, and this is kind of like one of the things that you gotta just realize. This broke as resistance, so now this is back into an uptrend. So now, if you want to get that lower high going, you need another break of structure before looking for that. So you'd be up on the daily, like, okay, let me wait for some sort of, bearish engulfing, whatever. You could have even taken this as a long. You guys see this? We had this level broke. We had the break, retest, entry. Even later, could have entered there. And yeah, this thing didn't push all the way, but it ended up getting up about almost 2 to 1. That right there. I'll go over that in a second. And then what happens? Price comes down. What do we get? Break. And what is that on the daily? That's that daily bearish engulfing right there. So now we're back on the 1 hour right here. 1 second to load. How do you choose a mentor? People keep telling me I need one. I'm new currently. learning at the moment on my own. I mean, what we tell everyone is like you can certainly learn from YouTube for free. You know, there's plenty of resources out there, guys, to learn. If you find someone who obviously is contributing value, you know, on a daily basis, who you're studying from, who's giving out free stuff, and you like their style, you know what I mean? You understand kind of how they're communicating, you comprehend what they're saying and everything, then, you know, go ahead and see if they'll be your mentor, see if they'll mentor you. The the biggest gain you're going to get from someone mentoring you or just giving you some sort of direction is really all it is all the failure, you know, my for example me, Tommy, whatever, all the things we failed at, we're going to direct you away from. You know what I mean? We're going to try to direct you away from the things that you shouldn't do. So if you're not going to, you know, try to find a mentor, you're trying to learn from YouTube, Nick, you know, who runs obviously the page, Nick, he didn't learn from per se a mentor. He had 5 years of mistakes and, you know, stubborn habits and all shitty habits and shit that if he had some direction from the right person could have steered him away from that. So you don't think you need a mentor, you know, at the end of the day. But certainly in anything in life, like would you teach, think about it like this. Would you learn how to do plumbing by yourself? Like, no. You probably want to get someone who has some experience doing it so that you don't fucking flood the whole house. Or, you know, you want to avoid doing that. So avoid blowing the account. If you have a mentor that's like flip 1,000 to 2,000 without being transparent about the risk involved, then, you know, you probably don't want to learn from them. So that's it. Just try to find someone professional, you know, that, like I said, you kind of understand and stick with it. So going back to this, let me see. I'm going to run through, this will be the final example. This will be daily time frame break right here. Boom, falls lower. And then we're always trying to enter, like to me, I'm always trying to enter here. I'll give myself room, but I'm always trying to enter here. Price here could fly all the way up. You have a lot of room to push up here. But I always like to look at that liquidity zone. So price comes up here. That's, you know, good rejection. Definitely good rejection at that level. Comes back up. You know, could have, again, entered here. Could have entered here. Boom. Stopped again. You know, price isn't ready yet. And this is why swing trading can become very frustrating. Swing trading become very frustrating because what happens next? Next, we have another engulfing. We come down now, down here, and all of a sudden price starts to fly. Price finally starts to push. So this is why the swing, you know, can be frustrating, but at the same time, if you entered here and you use this resistance level, you're sitting in this trade and you're waiting. Price comes up, then we start to break here, get the retest right there. Price breaks here, never manages to retest again right here. You know, ideally we're looking for price to come all the way back up here. Never does. Starts to push, and then let's see if this thing starts to trend. So yeah, it starts to just trend to the downside. So you have this level up here starts to break, get retested. Then you have this level right here. Let's see if that level holds. That level ends up holding. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Just a little lesson, kind of going from the time frame, guys. Again, you know, swing trading, you need a shit ton of patience. You need a shit ton of patience. If you're trying to get down on these lower time frames to get the entries, still use the higher time frames to mark down your stops. Unless you're trying to do what Tommy's doing, where you take entries with very short stop losses, so the risk reward is really big. You know what I mean? Then you can get stopped on 4 or 5, and then you collect, you know, 5 times, 10 times on one trade. So there's so many ways to do this shit, guys. There's so many styles. That's why in the group, you know, we've got Tommy giving one style, I'm trading one style, Chris is trading one style, because not every style like is gonna resonate with everyone. Not everything's gonna work the same for everyone. You know, different people are gonna look at the way Tommy trades and love that. Look at the way I trade and love this. Look at the way Chris trades and love that. You know what I mean? So just pick, you know, what fits your personality, and that's pretty much it. So that's all that I've got for you guys. You know, obviously, thank you all for hopping on, staying on for the
Gold should be setting up.
which one?
I'm looking at gold now. I think we could go long
Let me see.
as long as we break. If we break, let me share my screen quickly.
Here we go.
So this is how this is literally how I mentioned it just now, right? So let's take a look at gold. Resistance. So this is a resistance level. You can see we got that nice bit of resistance here. If we break this level, we have a break, we have the retest. Resistance then becomes support here. So a nice break, retest. It's just you can't avoid this very nice clean range. So you can see these candles. This is like very, very clean range to the left. See this? So we should end up pushing to come and test this level. So if we just kind of target this high, we got about 75 pips to profit. If we can get on a nice entry, let's say we get about a 20 pip stop loss, we're looking to push at least a 1 to 3, or you know, if we can get even a nicer stop loss, potentially a 1 to 6. So it all depends. I don't think we're going to have enough volume kind of within the Asian session to move this the way we want it. But if any of you are staying up, you're watching this, 1786.5, we break above this level, retest. That could be a nice little long position. And obviously, if it's going to reject this level and act as resistance in the past, I'm probably going to go to the 5-minute time frame. Let's take a look at the RSI, Evan. RSI. See if we've got any diversion setting up. Let's go 15-minute time frame. Ooh, wow. So if we take a look at the RSI, always on YouTube, thanks for the analysis. So if we take a look on RSI pushing up, what is the RSI doing? It is pushing down. So this could be a short if we're looking at this. So we've got two options. We break above, we know we can take a long. Looking at the RSI, we're probably going to see a drop. I can't see it continuing up much more without some sort of pullback.
Yeah, it looks overextended as fuck.
Yeah, big time. So a buy above this level, you'd have to be very careful. You do have that nice clean range. So what would probably be best if it does, you know, pull back, and then tomorrow, maybe London session, we could see that break above. In terms of looking for a trade, though, I don't know, just simply because you've got that kind of RSI diversion set up. We can see we've kind of double topped in the RSI. Normally looking at this, I would take a short as soon as we start breaking a little bit lower. Let's go 5-minute time frame. So yeah, we're definitely setting up for some sort of drop. Yeah, it's a bit tricky one. It is a tricky one. Let's say this level here. I don't know. Sometimes the RSI is just it's wrong. Do you know what I mean? It is wrong when you're in a strong trend. If we do break this resistance, it's going to be interesting to see how it does play out. It will be very interesting. But again, like we mentioned, you know, going back, this could be some sort of liquidity zone. So market pushes up, takes all the sellers out from this level, and then continues lower. So we'll see if it breaks above this level, comes back into this range, I'll take the short position. If we have a full break and we really hold this level, it just starts to bounce, I'll take the long position. So it'd be interesting to see. I definitely you're right on gold over the next, I'd probably say, what's the time now? Over the next like hour or two, because this could set up for a real good move. You've got, let's take a look. You could potentially push 100 pips to the upside. If this is going to short, chances are we may come to test kind of one of these levels. Let me get rid of that. Let's grab. So even this earlier, I wish I was watching gold. You can see we kind of double bottomed, resistance came up. Look how we tested that level, and then just a nice continuation That would have been a really nice long from there. You know, you could have had your stop loss, 12 pips. What are we looking at for that? That's a 1 to 14 risk reward. That would be a crazy trade. So again, we got some kind of zones that we could look to target if you're looking for shorts at this level. So you've probably got 100 pips either way. A break above, 100 pips. A break below, I'd probably only target this zone to retest that resistance. You got 100 pips as well. If you have big balls, you know, buy stop above, sell stop below. I've done it. It can work. You gotta do it right. I'm in long since 1777. Nice, dude. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So just keep moving your stop loss into profit. Ooh, are we getting that break? We may be getting that break. Already done. So see, we're breaking this zone. We just got. You can't avoid this clean traffic. You should just. If you got enough volume, it should fill this level. It should continue back into this level, potentially coming up to say 1800, which is here, which is we're bound to touch 1800 at some point. So I definitely think, guys, keep an eye on this. If you do have a nice retest within this level, price fails to break back below, you know that you got a nice push to the upside. Avoiding the RSI, not looking at the RSI. Let's just take into consideration, okay, we haven't looked at the RSI. We haven't seen that it's pushing that 70 value. It'll be interesting to see how this does play out. Again, if we take the RSI into consideration, you would class this probably as a liquidity grab, where you're looking to jump in on a short after you have the break, the retest, and then you'll have that continuation back to the downside. But yeah, that's pretty much how I'm looking at gold right now. See, if you were to trade this based off of, let's say, a buy stop, market to break that high, you would be in the trade up 10 pips. So you already caught 10 pips. You know, if 10 pips is enough, you've got a big enough lot size, or even this level, 26 pips, that would be nice. So yeah, guys, if we retest this level, nice push up, retest, hold, I probably go long. I will probably go long. I may stay up to watch this over the next, say 15, 20 minutes. Should we, if I'm going to take a long, shall I call it out in the free chat?
Yeah, you can call it out.
Yeah, sweet. Yeah, so if I take this trade, I'll call it out in the free channel as well. So the people in here are from the free channel, aren't they?
Yep.
Yeah, so if I take this long, I'll call it out in the signals channel, in the free channel. So if we have a nice break above, I'm going to take the long. Again, we got that short position that is really setting up. But that's pretty much me. Done.
Word up. So I'll post the recording, guys, inside of her on YouTube afterwards. And yeah, the lifetime membership, there's only one spot left if people were interested in it. That thing's pretty much sold out at this point. So yeah, we'll be back on Sunday for the next free live session, the Sunday Market Blitz. And if you guys have any questions, just hit me in the Telegram or the Discord, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. So I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your night, day, wherever the hell you guys are at. We'll talk to you guys next time.
Yeah, thanks for joining, guys.
Welcome to the team. Peace out.